So then welcome everyone to community call number 22. This week we're starting with covering product updates as we usually do, and then we'll get into community updates. We're introducing a new segment this week inspired from the in-person community that's happening here in Zuzalu. A little kudos / appreciation section, shouting out everyone who helped us in the community. And yeah, that's kind of the overview. This week, we have a few product shipments and some news about community events. We have a new little activation / quest coming up this week. So we'll share a little bit about that, but also a little mysteriously because it is a little treasure hunt, a scavenger hunt that will most likely send you over. Or send you to. It's going to be very exciting. So yeah, let's get into it. As always, the session's recorded and will be on our YouTube channel, which we're going to link in here as well. So you guys can keep up with everything that's going on, even if you missed this one. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the product updates. The first one for today on our table is a thing that has only been able to be done. Oh, that was a really convoluted way of putting this, but something that was only so far could only be done with our support, which is transferring ownership of guilds. So when you create a guild, you are with the wallet that you used to create that account and create that guild, you're going to be the owner of that guild. And as the owner, you have special privileges, as in promoting and adding admins to help you with managing the guild. And also, the admin's the only person who is able to delete the guild. So transferring that ownership has been a thing that has been requested. Well, it wasn't requested, but we ended up having situations where we needed to support a few communities who had a change in staff, or someone, a community member or a community team from the community team created the guild. But since then they changed jobs, or something else was going on, or they realized they have a more official address to have the ownership on. So from now on, it can be done through the UI. So you can transfer ownership yourself. So as a guild owner, where you would add admins normally on the edit panel, you'll see an option to transfer ownership. It will immediately transfer it to the new person. This way you'll remain as an admin still, but the new owner will have the right to remove you as an admin or delete the guild even. So this is very useful to help with the day-to-days. And this is kind of like, well, sorry, not day-to-day, exactly the opposite. This isn't a day-to-day thing. This is an occasional event in a community's life to transfer ownership, but it's possible now. So little improvement, very happy about it. Next thing is around payments. So as you guys know, we have multiple payment avenues going on Guild. Many of you have been testing it and using it in different guilds. One of them is purchasing the requirements, which is you can see a very good example of that in the Arbitrum community, where it feels like you essentially buy the ticket where you need it. So many communities set tokens as requirements to entry, and a certain amount of tokens or range of tokens ownership, and we aggregated exchanges so that it's much easier to purchase these tokens for those who don't have it yet and want to enter that community and get that role. That's one. And the other one is payment as requirement. That is actually very, very few communities use it yet. It's still very low key. So we'd be very stoked to see some new interesting use cases about it. It's when you don't necessarily have your own token, or you essentially would just like to set up a paywall within the community for anything temporary or ongoing, sort of like a gate to events or specific discussions, and kind of also like a paid membership. So members can pay in USDC or any token of your choice to get access and get that role. to whatever you're gating. So with that, the improvement here, with that little intro about the features, is that we improved the window that appears, and it disappeared automatically, and we found that it was an issue with the experience of the payment. So now it won't be closing on its own automatically, and it also shows the reward that has been unlocked, which I feel like this sounds very straightforward and it should have been there in the beginning, but for some reason we didn't put it there, but now it's there. And it also sends a join button out immediately if it's the case. If the member is not if the new member is not the member of a community yet, they will have the option to instantly join here, which took out one extra click that was in the user experience. This window is not implemented for the POAPs yet, which is coming in the next few weeks. This will be at the other payment scenarios that I just described. So next little update for today's menu about the about the product is that we have the reason why we have less features to announce today, as we usually have like a pretty thick list, and today we have much less, noticeably less, is that we, again, as many of you have been around for a while, you know that we take these periods where we focus more on stability, and this is also a time where we shifted our focus from shipping new features to improving stability. This has been something that many of you have requested as well, and we have also felt like we reached a point where that has to be a constant focus or a much bigger focus again. So yeah, we're ironing up bugs, improving the general flow of the site. And one more gigantic improvement here is that we had the time to write automated tests. The awesome dev team put together a bunch of end-to-end tests that are almost always running in the background and alerting us if any issues come up. So there's much, much less errors that the actual users of Guild XYZ run into, because this test like clarifies it before, and it constantly is clicking through the site and some specific functions. And these functions, these tests that are running, are around guild creation on Discord and Telegram, the free entry role generation, role deleting and role page editing, and changing requirements and deleting them. So these are things that we're like constantly testing, which has been very, very big sense of stability for us. It's like very good to have something that constantly is on the lookout, like a little meerkat looking for trouble, and then it finds it very fast. We also started using PostHog to monitor these tests, and it real time sends us alerts if anything is off. So in the past 2 weeks, with all these improvements, our speed and stability of the site have greatly improved, and super happy about it. It was a really good choice to take the time to focus on this, and will be even smoother going forward. Very exciting. And yeah, there's a few news about support here, and I'll give the word to Henna about those.
On the support side, we have some really positive feedbacks and, insights to share, because we were talking about this in the previous community call like 2 weeks ago, and we just said like what kind of issues were being reported to us. And I'm happy to say that like in the past 2 weeks we are getting less and less reports from our users, which means that like we are fixing all the things that we told to fix. And the previously mentioned focus on stability actually resulted in a noticeable overload on our support system in the previous 2 weeks. So basically, we have like 50%, like almost 50% less support seeking So actually, I just checked it today, and I saw that like half of the people are searching for example, articles, FAQs, and opening up conversations with us, which is basically like a really good feedback on our improvements. So I
Yeah.
think that's all from my side about the support. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who is, clicking the right buttons and, just sharing the reports, like reporting the issues that you are facing with.
Also, as always, we're posting the little images about what we're talking about live in the secret chamber, so you can check that out. If you'd like to see some screenshots and sneak peeks of the things that we're saying over here. And then we'll jump into the community updates. So very happy to say that finally the first proper case study about how Guild can be used for onboarding with the developer DAO has been released this last week. It was co-written by Louis, as many of you know, him in the community, pretty active, and I helped a little bit. And it was really, really good to sit down with Luan, who has been a very long-standing or long-time member of our community as well, and used to be the head of community development, I think, at Developer DAO. He doesn't work there anymore, but we still had the chance to dig deep into what they've been about. So a little TLDR of that is that Developer DAO is kind of a space for onboarding contributors and developers, kind of collecting them to onboard them into Web3 and around projects. And their onboarding was designed with the contributors in mind who want to contribute not only to the space, but to Developer DAO as well. And they really wanted to highlight those who actively built and participated in the DAO. But as every project grows, they also grew quite a bit. And as happens with many communities, there's a more general type of community member persona evolved. And so with this, the conversation changed more from contribution and very, focused discussions into more learning and collaboration, opportunity seeking, and more about incentives for memberships, which I think is a pretty straightforward thing that happens in the life of every single community. I feel like we're constantly going through this change as well. It's not as constant. Well, it's not as stark difference for us in this community. I think I don't know what you guys feel like, but it feels like it's a constant, ongoing change. So with this shift, every community team has some challenges and some decisions to make and to change processes in the whole onboarding situation. So in the case of Developer DAO, they had two bigger troubles to solve or challenges is to smooth out their onboarding processes and not be overwhelming for new members. So kind of facilitate the focus shift for everyone who's new to not overwhelm them. So essentially not every channel should be visible to them and have more of a progression into getting into the depths of the server. And then the second thing is to really try to customize the experiences for different member personas, the contributors, and then the more casual members who are seeking collaboration and new opportunities. So the solution that they chose was to fully redo their whole community strategy, and they used Guild as the permission layer, and they used quite a few Space badges as their badge system to help make this happen. They fully rebuilt the flow. You can see a little bit more about it in the article. There's like a wireframe to it. It's a pretty good example of how to do this well. And by redesigning, they could actually improve so much of the overwhelm. So now new members had a much better onboarding experience, much more custom onboarding paths. The team could identify long-standing old members and new members much better. And they also simplified the Discord quite a bit to abstract the channels who aren't necessary anymore. Though they were archived, I think. So this resulted that the conversations were more straightforward, focused, less overwhelming, and much more tailored to a member's interest, which I think is all that we can ask for right now with the tools that are given to us in the many of our community styles. So this is a very big win for them. Yeah, so that has been a really good experience to kind of deep dive into this. The article has been posted on Mirror, which it was so interesting. When you post on Mirror, there you have an option to collect the article, and for some reason, we have a group, or maybe even more than a group of people who have subscribed, and I post it. I don't even announce the article yet, and in 1 or 2 minutes, the 500 collecting options are gone. It's so crazy. I think maybe we should make it. There's the option to make the collection paid for. So there's like I don't know, $2 or something to kind of battle with this. But it's just so crazy because I would love to see who actually reads the piece and wants to support Guild with just collecting this NFT for free, and kind of proliferate and keep that little NFT in our wallets for a long time. But, this way I can't. So I'll have some talking to do with the Mirror team because this is a little bit of a struggle, that we won't have the benefit of seeing who supported us early. And, they might as well be our community members, although I do believe at this point we know a fair amount of our community members pretty well. And the 500 did not include most, which is a little sad to me, but we'll change it for next time. We'll improve, get better. Moving on, the next thing, which it has been a month since this has been going on, the new workshop that we introduced weekly is the Journal Club. So far, so good. It's been on an uprise. Well, uprise? Maybe that's not the right word, but it's been on an upward cycle, an upward time. There's more and more members attending, and it's very, very wholesome to kind of dissect these pieces in a small workshop and hear each other's thoughts and experiences about these different topics that we have. So if you guys don't know, the core idea of Journal Club is that we collectively curate the best pieces from every month, and the best 5, I think, and then we go through 4 of them in the next month in a weekly little 30-minute to 45 minutes little session, where we usually have the opportunity to also invite the author to participate in the discussion, which has been such a wholesome experience. So if you haven't yet, I encourage you to come there. I think at the same time as this one. No, sorry, an hour earlier than the community call usually is. So 12 p.m. ET on Thursdays. It's really wholesome, very cute. So you're more than welcome to join tomorrow. We're dissecting a research article on airdrops as a means to grow and engage community. If a few of you have been on the Reika's rodeo yesterday as well, we also talked quite a bit about airdrops and their importance in incentive mechanisms. So this fits the week. It almost feels like I knew which article we're going to talk about. And we went through kind of like a pre-discussion. So more than welcome. Happy if you come tomorrow. Otherwise, you're free to join every time. We have that every Thursday. Oh, it's for wardens and knights in the community. And then, Hannah?
I just wanted to add that also, like you were mentioning, monthly we are curating the top 5 articles, and I just wanted to, grab the opportunity and say that actually today we released the best top 5 articles from April. So this month articles are out on Twitter, so you can find it. And this session tomorrow will be, the closing session of the previous batch. But from next week, we're gonna kickstart it with the top best from top 5 best articles from April. And I think I will just keep talking. You wanted to say something else, Rika?
Yeah, let's jump into the little mysterious event that we have tomorrow. I think you wanted to say a few words about that.
Yeah. I just stopped for a second. I was like, oh, wait, this is my turn also. So let's get into an exciting new event that's happening tomorrow. Actually, our very own community team has organized a Star Wars themed challenge that's shared to get everyone's brain working. And I just want to shout out to Norby for that, because he's been pretty active in creating a fun and challenging mystery for you all to solve. So here's what we can share so far. Stay tuned because more info is coming tomorrow. So if I were you, I would keep an eye on Discord and Twitter. So what I can say is this is going to be a Star Wars theme event, which is launching tomorrow, late afternoon/night. And it will require guild members to solve a series of encrypted messages and riddles in order to unlock a secret reward in a different guild. But that's all that I can tell you. And what's coming with this is the first 100 contestants who can solve the mystery can actually receive a reward. So make sure you keep an eye on Twitter and Discord and to get in early. This event is not only fun and exciting, but it's also this is why I'm so excited about it, because this is also like a test case for us to explore new and innovative ways that guild can be utilized. So actually we are testing our own product, like what else we can make out of it, like what kind of secret mysteries that challenges for the community members to solve. So we are really excited to see how the challenge goes, and just to learn from it as we continue to grow and evolve. So mark your calendars and get ready because it's happening tomorrow.
Woohoo! I hope you guys are good at riddles, because it's gonna be exciting.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. I can't wait. Honestly, I'm not that good at riddles, honestly. So, many of you will probably have a better solution than I will, but I'll try my best. Okay. So the new little segment that we're introducing on the community calls is the appreciation time. Little kudos to everyone who helped us with anything in the past 2 weeks. A little shout out session, a little appreciation, a little what other word would fit? Anyway, it's fine this way. Let's leave it this way. So to these past 2 weeks, we have 3 things to give thanks to or thanks about. One is Brainwashed, who helped us start using this stat bot in our Discord. It was a great recommendation. We started collecting a little bit of information about the most active channels and what's going on where. It's been pretty useful, so thank you for that. And of course, as always, shout out to Loganau for having so many interesting suggestions to us in our night chat, and also for catalyzing tomorrow's Star Wars event. It was fully his initial idea that we just ran with really quickly, because I think we decided that we might want to do this yesterday. So thank you so much for bringing this up as the idea. Last year we had a metaverse event in Party Space where we had like a quiz night, and it was really cute and very interactive. So this week we're going the scavenger hunt route. And the third thing is I really want to thank the Journal Club curators who tirelessly read through, as they're expanding their knowledge themselves, and read articles from this past month in April. And we want to thank them for gathering and curating the best of the best articles so we can also learn and be really smart together. Thank you, Logo Now, Brainwashed, and actually Hannah, Louie, and I. If you guys want to hop on this train, more than welcome to join and submit for next month's journal club. All these articles. It's really, really interesting to see what everyone's choosing and why. There's many, many smart things being written. Yeah, I think that's from the community side as well. For closing, as a little closer, because I think we're done for today. If you guys don't have anything else that's stuck in you, I think we're up with our updates. And as a little what's coming next, the journal club tomorrow, like we said, it's at 12 p.m. EST for the Wardens and Night. Pleased if you come. And the mysterious Star Wars cipher event with the reward at the end that Hannah was just talking about. And Norby, how are we with our little POAP for today? Because that's the last item on our agenda for today, is the little collectible for being here in the audience as we strike through the bear market and still stay together and update each other.
Yeah, it's probably gonna run a little late this time too, because of the new POAP system. But I think it's either today at nighttime or tomorrow at the evening. It's gonna be out. I'm gonna give out an announcement again that it's mintable.
Awesome. Okay. And as usual, you guys will find it on our guild's page as the source for the collectibles. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining this week. It was actually short and sweet this time. If you have any more questions, suggestions, or feedback about this event or the product, let us know here in the chat or in the general chat. And we'll see you in 2 weeks with our next community event. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. Good night, good morning, good day.
Thank you, and see you in 2 weeks or tomorrow if you are coming. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.